I would quietly organize people with their rights. It's your right to print off the exemption and then say, I wanted you guys to know this is there, and I'm being told. I mean, look, even on a British Navy ship, they couldn't order the crew to slit their wrist. You know, I mean, these are deadly vaccines. It's your right. Congress has put the exemption in there. And you notice I didn't just tell you there was an exemption because I wanted to double check it was still there, but you gave me the 40-562. We'll pull that up. But I mean, there it is. But I'll bet on top of it, they're trying to push experimental vaccines, and it's illegal. It's a felony. If the commanding medical officer, at least it was a few years ago, tries to make you take an experimental shot and doesn't tell you that, I mean that's criminal. You're being used like Joseph Mengele used people in Nazi Germany. So what do you say to that? I mean, so you go to them and say, I have this exemption, and they just say, look, we're going to bust you, buddy. We're going to bust you down a couple ranks here.
And honestly, that's fine by me. If they bust me, they bust me. If they kick me out, they kick me out. I'd rather not be part of the system that is going to cause so much pain and suffering in the people that are supposed to be defending the Americans' freedom.
Let me ask you about adverse reactions, since you're the guy pumping everybody full of the shots. What type of adverse reactions you seeing?
Well, the most common adverse reaction to the quote-unquote flu vaccine is the flu.
Of course,
people get sick from the live nasal shot. The biggest problem I've had, actually, was with smallpox shots right before we deployed. Late 06 into early 07, we were forced to give out smallpox vaccines. And between the cankerous sore that rises up from the inoculation site to the extremely high, dangerously high fever, I mean, I was actually surprised that I never heard of anybody in the Army dying.
No, they died. No, they died in 2003 and 2006. And notice they backed off in 03, but then came racing back again later. That's what they do.
Yeah. Well, then again, last year while I was in Afghanistan, the whole H1N1 thing kicked up, and what, of course, World Health Organization, everybody forgot to tell everybody was that the only people that were actually dying from H1N1 were people that already had autoimmune deficiencies. They were failing to put that information out there because, let's be honest, there's no money in a cure, but there is plenty of money in treatment. So,
but that's only one angle. They finance the tyranny. They finance the tyranny with our money. But the overall end game is the eugenics. Listen, it's your right as the medic to hand out all the medical literature to those soldiers. It's your job, and you give them the exemptions, you give them the adverse reaction sheets, adverse reactions like cancer, Guillain-Barré, narcolepsy, permanent epilepsy. I mean, just think about how cold-blooded that is, that they don't tell you that. And, I mean, I know people involved in medical trials, people involved at pharmacological, big pharma companies, and they just sit around and brag about it, how the #1 guinea pig group is U.S. troops, and they just do whatever they want. Good to hear from you, Sean. God bless you. I would hand out all that literature, and I would stand up. I mean, that's what it's going to take. I would stand up. Because the sick thing is I've read the reports where the officers aren't taking those shots. they know. Well, in fact, I'll pull it up for you right now. Guys, pull up German military not taking H1N1. First, we learned that Merkel and others weren't taking it. Then we learned the German troops weren't taking it. Then we learned the NATO troops wouldn't take it. And then the media spun it. Well, they're being given a safe vaccine now. They offered them another one. I mean, they won't even, in Europe, they won't even give this to their troops. By the way, here's a Natural News report. And again, he has links to all the different mainstream news articles on this. It's up at Infowars.com. Swine flu pandemic outbreak sweeping through Britain, even though 70% were vaccinated last year. Yeah. Americans at record numbers refuse the shots, but the vast majority of the Brits, it's like a religion now to roll over to rape. And it says a swine flu pandemic is sweeping through Britain, despite the fact that 70% of Britain's over 65 population was vaccinated against swine flu last year. This year, that number is nearly the same, 68.5, but flu vaccine proponents insist that until everyone is vaccinated, the flu will continue to infect people. See, and it's reported then that a lot of these people were vaccinated. Well, the major government studies showed, yeah, there's the headline, German soldiers received different swine flu vaccine than German people. That it massively reduces your immunity to other flus when you take this. Even the Canadian government study showed that. What these vaccine advocates absolutely will not admit, however, is how many of those who are sick with the flu this year also got vaccinated last year. This little detail is left out of every mainstream media report on vaccines and the flu. They simply refuse to mention this at all. This all-important number, leaving readers to leap the conclusion that only those who were not vaccinated get sick from the flu. Most infected patients were previously vaccinated. And it goes on to all the mainstream media links that confirm that. Now, let me go further here. If you don't know about Project Shad, if you want to know soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, what the globalists think of you, Henry Kissinger calls you dumb animals. They've done thousands and thousands of declassified tests, including hundreds and hundreds that were fatal by design, murdering you. They shoot you up with stuff knowing it's going to kill you. Now that's who runs our country. Project Shad, the list goes on and on. You know about the government shooting up black people and then Guatemalan children and others with syphilis. You know about the polio and the UN being caught. The UN being caught sterilizing women. Okay, why do any of us trust the government anyway? They've been caught committing crime upon bloodthirsty, murderous crime. Tens of thousands of top Nazis brought to the U.S. to run every facet from NASA to the Centers for Disease Control, top eugenicists everywhere. But, oh, let's trust the government. Janet Napolitano, she cares about me. Be right back. Stay with us. Other key intel straight ahead.
Is it really possible to get out of debt without payment plans or attorneys? 18 years ago, we developed a program that has made thousands debt-free in just 90 days. It's called Zero Debt in 90 Days, and it works for all credit card debt, medical bills, even collection lawsuits.
When I first joined, I was being sued. So I used the program methods, and after filing one piece of paper, the collection lawsuit was dismissed.
With Zero Debt in 90 days, your success is guaranteed in writing. There is no other program of its kind. Don't be alone when creditors gang up on you. Let our team of experts provide the resources to fight back and stop creditors in only 90 days, guaranteed. Prevent wage garnishments, bank levies, and stop collection calls with our proven program. Call Zero Debt in 90 days now, 800-477-9256, and ask for free information from an expert who also completed our program. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Men, take control of your prostate health without the risk of nasty side effects with Prostate Secure. Early detection, regular prostate exams, and PSA tests are a must for men over 40. Listen, if you have symptoms of an enlarged prostate but don't want to take a drug with possible nasty side effects, or if you're over 40, then use Prostate Secure, a natural dietary supplement for men. Prostate Secure is a scientifically formulated blend of clinically significant amounts of natural ingredients. It brings together the most powerful plant sterols like beta-cytosterol, resveratrol, and saw palmetto, along with antioxidants such as vitamin D3, resveratrol, and lycopene to support good prostate health, proper urinary flow, function, and more. Check out prostatesecure.com. Order online and save 10% with promo code SAVE10 or call 1-800-239-9432. That's 800-239-9432. Or visit prostatesecure.com. Take control of your prostate health naturally with Prostate Secure.
Or parable. It's the peanut example. If you gave 300 million Americans a bag of peanuts and had them eat it, thousands would die, hundreds of thousands would get sick. By the way, we didn't have as many of these allergies until we started eating GMO crops. That's been directly linked to it. Same with the vaccines. It screws up your immune system. It makes you, I mean, that's admitted with many allergies, that the more allergies you get, the more things it then triggers for your body to then become allergic to. But if you give 300 million Americans a bag of peanuts and have them eat it, thousands are going to die on the spot, tens of thousands are going to get ill. It's the same thing with vaccines. You give it to millions of people, you're going to have problems, even if it was mother's milk. But it's not. That's why in the 70s they had to pass the multi-billion-dollar taxpayer-funded Vaccine Damage Fund, where you secretly waive your rights and sign an agreement, and then you get a paltry sum of money. And now they're trying to put other drugs under that same liability protection. So we pay for the drugs that kill us, and then we pay for taxes for the liability of the problems it causes. It's incredible. I'm almost out of time. Let's try to ram in as many calls as possible. Jericho in Texas, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
I just want to say thank you for whatever you're doing right now, and thank you and your crew. You guys woke me up about 6 months ago, and I've been trying to warn people that I know what's coming. And last week, I tried to have like a viewing of Jesse Ventura's Police State episode, and I know I had it recorded because I watched it previously. And when I tried to show it to him, I couldn't watch it.
Was it in your TiVo?
Yeah.
Well, you know TiVo remotely accesses and controls your box and monitors what you watch and what you do. And I've seen the reports. We Are Changed, in fact, did an analysis of it, that TiVo has been, and other DVRs, remotely erasing it. So they do not want that. I mean, you heard Ventura on here 2 weeks ago. He said, yes, government pressure shut down the re-airing of that. And other powerful shows aren't re-airing or airing as much. And that's probably it for the show. It actually got a big audience, had an effect, and then the government shut it down.
Wow.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
Yeah, wow. I have another quick question for you. I mean, say somebody who's like me. I'm in my mid-20s. Like, what do I do in a situation like this as far as getting prepared for what's coming?
Well, it's not coming. It's already here. Remember that. And it's just what increment. We're like a frog in a pot that's about to boil, and we're kind of getting sleepy. We need to realize that this is not a hot tub. It's getting hotter. We're going to pass out. Jump out of the pot. Turn the television off unless you use it as a way to deprogram people who are already in a trance state. That's why it's so effective. As you show them my films, via the mind control device, it can unlock them. That's why the films, which I haven't even really plugged today, are the most powerful weapon we've got. Hundreds of millions of people have seen my films. They're online at prisonplanet.tv. You can go to the Alex Jones channel, see the videos. Your computer screen doesn't have the same flicker rate as a television, so it isn't as effective as a deprogramming system. But that's why most people we've woken up heard about the show through films. So get the DVDs, burn copies. TiVo can't erase that. That's why they want to go to pure digital with everything, and they admit have all the different programs and things built in with a kill switch where they can remote access and wipe stuff out and memory hole it. Jericho, I'm out of time. Resistance is victory, Jericho. And the bigger issue is realizing that all of these goofballs, all these government minions, all these corporate people, they're just dumbed down fools like everybody else. I was once as dumb as dirt. I'm still dumb as dirt on many issues. It's that striving for knowledge. It's that relearning history. It's that taking action. Great job, crew. Retransmission starts now. Infowars.com.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hi, folks. This is Alex